Hey, what is up guys? My name is True Underdog, here today with a guide on how to play Raiden. This guide will cover his special moves and attack strings in every variation. So without further ado, let's break him down step by step. To start things off, let's discuss his universal special moves. These special moves are available in every variation. First on our list we have Electric Fly. This attack does a lot of damage, has pretty good range, and most importantly, carries the opponent to the corner, which is great for your mix-ups, since Raiden has a low and an overhead that both combo for big damage in the corner. Just keep in mind the move is super unsafe if blocked, meaning you'll eat a full combo for your trouble. So if you want my advice, make sure to always combo into this attack and don't ever do it raw. The enhanced version does more damage and has one hit of armor, allowing it to armor through projectiles. And since Electric Fly has such good range, it's a really good tactic and worth the meter most of the time. Keep in mind that both versions can also be done in the air, which is a great way to catch your opponent jumping. Next on our list we have Lightning. Lightning is a decent projectile, but it does hit high, so the opponent could just duck under it. And at the same time, Raiden is deadliest up close, so you shouldn't be using this attack very often. It's also unsafe if blocked up close, so make sure to only use it if you're far away. Now the enhanced version does more damage, is safe, and can also be comboed after. However, it's not worth the meter in my opinion, since other enhanced attacks do a lot more damage. Next on our list we have Sinabi Blast. This attack is basically an anti-air. It hits above Raiden, and doesn't have very many uses. However, the enhanced version definitely does. It hits basically all around Raiden. Quan Chi was pretty far away and still got hit, and the same thing would have happened to him if he was above me, or even a little bit behind me. So it's a really good get off me tool, and it has one hit of armor. It's also safe on block as well, so the opponent can't even punish you for doing it. And then there's Electrocute. This attack does good damage and is a great way to end combos as well. Now it does push the opponent away, so it's mainly used for corner combos. Now the enhanced version is where things get interesting. The enhanced version scoots Raiden forward a lot, allowing him to combo after most attack strings. It also launches the opponent into the air, allowing you to follow up with a full combo. Now keep in mind both versions are unsafe on block, so they're best used mid-combo. Last on our list we have Rising Thunder. This attack has decent range and does pretty good damage, but it's unsafe if blocked, so don't ever do it raw. However, the enhanced version is safe on block and launches the opponent for a full combo. However, do keep in mind that it does less damage than Electrocute, so it's not always your best option for extending combos. Now Raiden has a lot of attack strings, so let's go ahead and get started. First off, we have Sudden Energy. This attack is +2 on block and causes a hard knockdown if it hits, allowing you to run in or do a projectile for free. Power Discharge does a lot of damage and is a great way to end most combos, especially in the corner. Forked Lightning is great for extending combos because it restands the opponent, allowing you to extend the combo for big damage. God's Rage is safe on block and knocks the opponent down, which is good for setups in his Master of Storms variation. Distant Thunder ends in a low attack, which is good for tricking your opponent. Supernatural is safe on block and hits overhead, which makes it very deadly in the corner. Next we have a couple of pokes that are worth noting. Hammer Fist hits overhead and does good damage, making it very deadly in the corner. However, it's very unsafe if blocked, so keep that in mind. Whereas Shin Strike hits low, so it's a great way to trick your opponent if you're always doing Hammer Fist. They'll start blocking high and then get opened up by this attack. While it does need meter to combo, it's always worth it in my opinion. Alrighty, so that's it for his universal moves. Let's go ahead and move on to his first variation, which is Master of Storms. Now in the Master of Storms variation, Raiden gets a bunch of static traps that he can shoot in all directions. He has the front static trap, the behind static trap, the above static trap, he has an above and in front, and an above and behind. Now at any point if you have two on screen, they'll actually connect, and if the opponent's in range, he'll get damaged and launch into the air. If you're on point, you can get a full combo after he's launched. Now keep in mind, only the first two actually have enhanced versions. The enhanced version put 2 on screen instead of 1, and they detonate right away. However, the point of these traps isn't combo damage, it's pressure. After knocking the opponent down, you can put one out, and then repeat the process. When the opponent stands back up, they'll be forced to block the trap. because if they don't, they'll get opened up for a full combo. And at the same time, the opponent takes damage just by being near the orb itself. Not very much, but it's still damage, and they'll take the same amount while blocking. This tactic becomes the deadliest in the corner, since the opponent can't back away from your setup. Now I do feel like warning you, I have never seen this variation used in tournament, and I've also been told by Raiden players that it's the weakest variation out of the three. While it does have good tools, it has a lot of bad matchups, and unless you're in the corner, it's pretty hard to set up any good traps. So that about wraps things up for this variation. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is his Displacer variation. Alrighty, so his Displacer variation isn't very complicated, but it's all about the shenanigans. First on our list we have the Electric Fly. Now the regular version and the enhanced version don't change at all. However, things are different if you choose to hold block during the attack. This does the most damage and looks pretty damn cool. However, it's not worth the meter most of the time. Next up we have the Teleport. By default, Raiden teleports behind the opponent. If you hold back, he teleports in front of the opponent. If you hold straight down, he stays where he is. If you hold forward, he teleports behind the opponent and about jumping distance away. However, keep in mind this version does cost meter, so you can't do it more than twice, because your stamina bar has to refill. Now the enhanced version is where things get interesting. The enhanced version literally starts up in one frame, allowing you to extend combos for some pretty decent damage. However, you'd get more damage with other options, so while it does look cool, it's still not worth your meter in my opinion. Raiden has much more damaging options. That's it for his Displacer variation, so let's go ahead and discuss his last one, which is Thunder God. So for his special moves, the only different thing is he can cancel his lightning into a run. This becomes very useful mid-combo, but also requires a lot of skill and practice to implement. Now Raiden's special moves might not change very much, but his attack strings certainly do. So let's go ahead and check those out and break them down. Now explaining these attack strings is going to be a bit difficult, so please try and stay with me. By itself, Heavenly Hands is not safe on block. However, if you hold down the attack, you can trick the opponent. Just keep in mind that neither version is safe on block, so what you want to do is vary up how long you hold down the attack for. That way the opponent isn't sure when to attack. Thundercloud is similar, but it switches sides. This can actually bait your opponent into attacking, and then you'll hit them from behind. You can also vary when you teleport. If you watch my inputs on screen, I actually delay hitting the second button. This changes the timing on Raiden's teleport. Remember, the mind game is all about how long you hold the attack down. This can either trick your opponent into letting go of block, or missing their punish opportunity completely. It's the same thing with All Powerful. The attack isn't safe by itself, but by varying up how long you hold down the button, you trick the opponent into attacking, or blocking for too long. Lightning Strikes is just like Thundercloud. It just switches sides and teleports behind the opponent. Violent Thunder has better range and pushes the opponent back, so while it's not safe, it's your best option. It's also pretty dang good for corner combos as well. The same can also be said for Flash Storm. The attacks are honestly quite similar, but Violent Thunder has much better range. Now these second set of attack strings are a little bit different. Elder Fury is actually safe on block when you hold it down. It's -8, but because it pushes the opponent so far away, most players can't punish you for it. Now the default version is not safe, so you definitely do want to hold down the attack. Now Infinite Spirit is actually safe on block, period. The opponent can never punish you for doing this. Whereas Divine Power is -8, so they could actually punish you. So once again, vary up how long you hold down the attack for. That's how you trick the opponent. Alrighty dogs, so that covers the Thunder God variation. I know it's a bit complicated and a bit hard to understand. It's honestly really hard to convey too. The main idea is to hold down the attack at different times, that way the opponent isn't sure when to punish you. They either attack too soon and get hit, or they play it safe and block for too long, in which case they can't punish you at all. And last but not least, we have Raiden's Xray. This attack is armored and has a lot of range, so it's a great way to counter projectiles. However, it doesn't do very much damage mid-combo, and is honestly not worth the meter most of the time, since Raiden relies heavily on his meter to do combos. So keep that in mind before using it. Raiden really does need his meter. Alrighty dogs, I don't have a combo guide this time, because I made one months earlier when the game first came out. I'll leave a link on screen and in the description below, so please make sure to check it out. If you enjoyed this guide and found it helpful, please leave a like down below. And while you're down there, go ahead and post a comment too. Tell me what you think. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for more videos, because we have content on this channel every single week. It's never a dull moment on Underdog Gaming. So make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.